On YouTube, Heylow here, bringing you another Total War Warhammer 2 1v1 matchup. So today I'll be playing Chaos against the Holy Pilgrim, who's going to be rocking some Beastmen. So let's dive into the army comps. Alright, so for Chaos today, we're going to be rocking Kolek the Sun Eater as our Lord. We're going to have a front line of Chaos Warriors supported by some Chaos Marauders with great weapons in the rear, and then Halberds in the back, 2 Chaos Spawn, and on the flanks we're going to have some Marauder Horsemen and some Chaos Warhounds with poison. So the general idea with the build, haven't really played Beastmen much. Tanky frontline to soak up some throwing axes, some poison warhounds and marauder horsemen to chase them down, kind of do some skirmishing, keep them off our main formation. Marauders with great weapons to chew through any beefy infantry, support the chaos warriors, and then the halberds to kind of deal with any marauders, chariots, some centaurs, things like that, cover our flanks. Chaos spawn just to chew through the infantry, some good staying power and mass to kind of punch through the lines. And then Kolek is just going to be really, really tough for them to take down. A lot of high mass, a lot of strength, a lot of AP. It's going to be going after lords, maybe anything that they have on chariots. And then Sorcerer Lord of Fire here, he's going to be dropping some burning heads throughout the game. Alright, so my opponent, Holy Pilgrim, he's going to be rocking his front line over here for Beastmen. The Destroyers of Drakewald and just some regular Ungor Spearmen on the front, some Ungor Spear in the back with some shields, some Chaos Warhounds with poison along the flanks. Left flank is going to be Centaurs with great weapons and the Sons of Goros, Regiment of Renowned. Out in the front, some Centaurs with throwing axes and 2 separate groups, going to be doing some screen skirmishing, and that's going to be it. So let's dive into the battle here. Alright, so Pilgrim and I, neither of us familiar with this matchup. As Chaos, I haven't played a lot of Beastmen. With his Beastmen, hasn't played a lot of Chaos, so we figured let's give it a shot, get some practice in. So right off the bat, I see that he has a lot more skirmishing than I do. These Centaurs with throwing axes and the cavalry he's gotten back with those Centaur great weapons. Are they going to have me outmatched here with my 2 bland Marauder Horsemen and the 2 Poison Warhounds? So the big key for me is going to be to protect my line and all my important units with my screening, so that I can get my formation up there and try to find a good engagement, because he's got super cheap infantry. The Ungor Spearmen are going to melt to basically anything that I have, so as long as I can weather his skirmishing and harassment, and I can make that engagement and start crushing his infantry, we're going to be okay. So you can see off the bat here, we've got a lot going on as far as our just kind of maneuvering. He's got his Centaurs trying to find a good angle. I'm screening him with my Chaos Warhounds, just looking for some engagements, just pushing him off my line. And he's going to be coming in on the other flank. So yeah, this was a really micro-intensive little bout we had going on here. It was actually really, really fun. But his Centaur is coming in on the flank, looking for a chance to get in on anything exposed. His throwing axe is kind of falling back to his line, waiting. He drops a Doomflock here, getting a really nice catch while I'm passing through my own lines, getting a good amount of damage there. And again, I'm just going to be pushing his throwing axes off with my Poison Warhounds, and trying to get my Marauders up to get some good shots into his own Hounds and Centaurs. So yeah, getting those Doomflocks in, getting a lot of nice early damage. Just kind of closing in, dropping some good axe shots into my Chaos Warriors. So in return, to try and push him off, I'm going to drop the Burning Head. Going to get a little damage done on those Centaurs, and it's going to push his line back and kind of get them off my infantry. But again, he's up here just kind of prodding, and I'm going to get some good Javelin shots in on his unit over here on the left flank while he's screening out on the right. Just to keep him honest, try and keep him moving. Kolek's going to drop his spell, do a little storm damage. Not going to hit anything, but again, it forces him off my infantry and allows me to keep pushing and try and force this engagement. Kolek getting a little ahead of himself, my Sorcerer getting up there, just trying to bait maybe an infantry push, maybe he'll dive it with his Minotaurs, just anything that I can do to force that engagement. So over here, wrapping around the back, trying to get one of those flanks on me, and just kind of bringing my Poison Warhounds again, another Doomflock coming in, just a lot of skirmishing and micro screening. So over here he's going to be getting some really good shots into my Halberds, which is unfortunate. But I really need to keep this massive push off my flank, because if he wraps me up, it's going to be a problem, because then he'll take that engagement and tie me down, and he's going to start getting some really good charges in and be able to pick his engagements. So yeah, over here, just keep skirmishing, and he's backing off, so I'm just going to force path my entire formation up at this point, and we're just going to chase, because for most of this, it's been me moving my formation, him moving his formation, so I'm just going to force path. and hope that he kind of slips up and I manage to snag one of these engagements. But Kolek charges in right after Morgur, and with that, he's going to be just pushing to engage because he's going to have to save Morgur from getting beat down by Kolek. So we take this engagement, and we get a really, really good shot on the destroyers here with all of my infantry. Going to be dropping a Burning Head over here and melting some Ungor, which does a ton of damage to him, and it pushes up right onto this side, gets straight into his other Spearman herd, doing tons and tons of damage. And that's going to rout 2 units right there, so an entire flank collapses almost in an instant. Meanwhile, we've got the skirmishing going on back here, the micro just keeping us on our toes all over the place. Manages to catch one of my Marauder horsemen, and Poison Warhound's getting a little miss-microed, but yeah, we're all over the place. I'm more focused on this melee engagement because this is where I'm making my money. This is the breadwinner here. So getting all my damage done, just trying to swamp all of this weak infantry and break it all, and wrap up what I can. While I've got his skirmishers busy, all of these Centaurs and things like that getting skirmished out and pushed out by hounds. So yeah, you can see the infantry fight really, really quick, going straight into my favor. So Marauders just trying to push these Centaurs off so they're not getting anything really important. Chasing down this Lord here, Morgur, with some Chaos Spawn, but he's kind of outrunning them, so I'm just going to dive in, get some hits. And then when he thinks I've disengaged, go straight for him, catch him while he's not paying attention. My Sorcerer Lure fires in here, the Butcher's getting beat on, but the Chaos Spawn unbreakable, so they're doing some really good work supporting Kolek and these Chaos Warriors and these Halberds. Just trying to tear them down, but all of his Cav is going to get in here, which is going to be a problem. So I'm bringing my axes in from the rear and trying to get some good shots in. But yeah, Pilgrim's all over the place. He's definitely got me swarmed. I'm kind of getting surrounded here. So at this point, dropping another really nice Burning Head, getting a ton of damage done on these Centaurs, and dropping that leadership. So hopefully we can get some terror routes and try and get these hounds out of here, everything like that, and get this surround. But yeah, individual engagements are going pretty well in my favor. Unfortunately, he just has so much cavalry, but I just keep harassing with my Marauder horsemen. His Centaurs pushing off, just keeping him out of this fight. But Kolek going to be in this little ring dropping Standard Eye, and then Morgur has Call of Violence going on for some leadership buffs to his Centaurs with great weapons, keeping him in this fight. Poison Warhound's trying to get in here and support with their melee attack reduction. But in this central engagement over here, which is really important because he's got his Butchers in here, we're going to have the Sorcerer up in here, but he's going to drop a Doomflock and a lot of juicy damage on all of my important targets here, like the Halberds and my Sorcerer. These Poison Warhounds getting routed. Crazy little pocket engagements we have going on. But yeah, Kolek's going to be dropping a little storm here, just trying to wrap up and push out any of the infantry he's got left, and these Centaurs, getting them out of the fight. So here we've got Morgur isolated. This is really, really good for us, because if we can take this Lord out, we're going to be tanking some of their leadership. But yeah, Poison Warhound's doing great work here, just kind of chasing things off. Warriors trading really, really well with these Ungor Spear, keeping them out of the engagements. We got our Chaos Spawn here, just kind of holding it down, just distracting all the Sons of Goros, dropping a really nice fireball on these Chaos Spawn that Morgur brings in. His Bray Shaman gets pretty caught up, his Chariot getting all caught in the Chaos Spawn, not where he wants to be. The Spawn have really high mass, so he's not going to be able to get out of this pocket. So yeah, we're just kind of hanging out. He's going to start charging in with his Centaurs and throwing axes. They're out of ammo, so getting these rear charges and side charges onto my Chaos Warriors is a bit of a problem. But Morgur's stuck straight in the middle of this pocket. He's going to be going down to the Chaos Sorcerer and these Chaos Warriors. Fortunately, Kolek's over here trying to wrap up these Spawn, wrap up this Bray Shaman, but he's going to get out of there. Morgur trying to bring in these Butchers to get him out of this situation, dropping another Doomflock. It's just not quite happening. So with that pocket engagement in the center wrapped up, Kolek's going to be coming into support now that my Chaos Warriors are getting terror routed. But yeah, it's really, really close match here. This Chariot coming in, Bray Shaman trying to support his pocket infantry, but I'm going to drop off another Flaming Skull. These things have been doing work for me. Those leadership penalties, getting all that fire damage. Morgur dropping really low on health. And Kolek's giving him the beatdown, down to 1,000. Another fireball going off, not really catching anything, but Kolek's going to be putting the beatdown on this guy. Chaos Warriors just kind of running interference, keeping these Centaurs out of the fight, bringing the Halberds in to try and wrap up the rest of these Butchers. My Sorcerer of Fire in the fight too, distracting them. We got the Chaos Spawn just trying to bog down this Chariot more, and Centaurs coming in to try and support that. Marauder Horsemen constantly coming back from routing, just trying to get them in and burn whatever ammo I can get out of them. Destroyers of Drakewald, actually wrapping up my Marauders over here. But yeah, pretty close fight. Balance of power pretty heavily in my favor, but Morgar is stable and then routes. So once he routes, I'm going to start trying to chase him off. Kolek over here terror routing things. Sorcerer, I'm going to pull him out just to keep him safe. And yeah, I'm going to send the Marauder Horsemen in over here with their high speed just to chase him off the field. He's only got 200 health, and we're going to keep throwing those axes, keeping him from regenning, and that's going to shatter him. So at that, dropping another last burning head, thinking I was going to get them, but they ended up shattering. So awesome match between Pilgrim and I. It was really fun. Neither of us really knew what to bring for that matchup because we hadn't really played it. But yeah, it was a blast. Kolek here rocking 110 kills. The Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, only 46 kills, but getting a ton of damage with the burning heads, and those leadership penalties came really in handy, like clearing out all the chaff infantry. A bunch of kills on my Chaos Warriors, 174. These guys did great work, getting some chevrons, 58 on them. Chaos Spawn rocking 94 and 105. They did an awesome job just bogging things down, cutting through everything. And over here, we have Morgar picking up 37 kills, spawning in a Chaos spawn unit, bogging down that center fight. All these Ungor Spear ended up pretty chewed up really quick. Chaff infantry, I know the build he was going for was something a little less staying power and definitely more reliant on all of these Centaurs and like the great weapons. So he was trying to get those envelopments, trying to go for those rear charges, get that throwing axe damage in, and just kind of wear me down through attrition pushing up. And it was working out pretty well, but fortunately these Marauder Horsemen and these Warhounds of Poison were really contesting that engagement and keeping him off of our expensive infantry, off of like Kolek and our Chaos Spawn. But yeah, his army doing pretty decent. The Butchers of Kalkengard getting 134 kills. They were tanking out that entire engagement the whole match, just putting in work. But yeah, it was a really fun match. Um, that'll be it for today, guys. So drop a comment down below. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you want to see. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell button if you want some notifications for my next uploads. But yeah, have a great rest of your day.